So Pokemon cards are hot right now, like really hot. So a few weeks ago, I decided to pick up 5 of these booster boxes for 300 bucks a piece just to see what the price would do. And after just a few weeks, they're already selling for between 400 and 450 bucks on eBay. But you guys know me, I'm always hustling. I try to shake it up a little bit, so I listed them for trade on Facebook Marketplace to see if I could trade for even more value than that worth of video games. And right now, I'm actually headed to potentially trade someone not just 1, not 2, but 3 of these booster boxes for a massive game collection. I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. Then afterwards, I'll tell you what everything I got is worth, and we'll figure out together whether or not it was a good deal. Adam,
all right?
Good to meet you. I'm Caleb.
I did not get a chance to charge anything up, unfortunately.
Okay.
Because I had to go get this. I had this stuff in storage.
Sure.
I had to go to my parent in-laws house to
Yeah.
get it all out.
Yeah. Have you played most of these games?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. Everything in there's like really solid shape.
Yeah. And you said you'd already cleared out some of the collection?
Oh yeah, man. All my my Chrono Triggers, my Dracula X's, all my big stuff is
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah. I can't blame you for that.
The dot hack stuff being the only, I mean, there's still obviously good stuff there, but
Yeah.
the big hitters, what's in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the biggest, at least, that I saw. And you said one of the DVDs.
Quarantine is not, I never could get a copy of Quarantine's DVD, but other
But the game is in it.
Yeah. And the rest of these all have their DVD.
Okay.
And they're all really good shape.
Yeah, it looks like you definitely took care of this stuff. I'll check a couple of them, but it's nice doing deals with people who, like, you know, take care of their stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen a lot of tragedies.
There is some other, like, see, here's the Luigi's box that goes with it. Here's the 3DS that goes to that box.
Okay.
There might be a random game in there too, I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like it's missing the stylus.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Gotcha.
I lied. I found another N64 controller that I didn't know had. There's probably 5 or 6 in there.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, the 2 atomic
Smoke is
particles,
good.
the dark gray one there, the light gray one, the forest green one there, or the jungle green.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the stick's feel in nice shape too. That's a good thing. Is this, so this is definitely a purple. Is this a purple or is this the, yeah, that looks like a purple.
There's a smoke gray in there too, somewhere.
Okay.
That was my personal GameCube there.
Nice.
The one that I actually used.
Yeah. PS2. Yeah, you don't, I don't know if I've ever seen one of these. Kind of a fun little collector item. And then tell me about these. Are any of these in working condition?
That one there does work, but it has a couple of pixels out of it.
Okay.
The rest of them, I want to say they don't work.
Yeah, makes sense. That one's missing a screen. Well, what I think I can do, we mentioned, you know, at least 2 boxes and potentially like some extra cash or another one for, like, depending on what the extras were. Yeah. I can at least do the 2, and then if you bring other stuff at another point or you want to send it, I can just pay cash for it, if that works. Here's these.
Cool, let me check this out.
Yeah, here's the other one if you want to look at it too. You can never be too careful. At the moment, at least, I do still have another one that I could trade you. Yeah. I've just gotten a decent number of offers, so I'm trying to, you know, get a decent amount of value for them. But yeah, man, I appreciate you meeting me out here. This is gonna be fun to process and go through and definitely keep me busy for a while, so. Alrighty, folks, here is everything that I picked up in a couple of really nice deep tubs. Ended up only trading 2 boxes rather than 3 because there wasn't quite as much here as I was expecting. But I have a pretty good feeling about how the value is going to shape up on these lots, so let's go calculate it now. All right, folks, here is the result of that Pokemon card trade deal. Needless to say, I am really happy with the results. It ended up being worth a little bit more than I really anticipated, but let me break this all down for you. So starting over here, we have a Jungle Green 64. It has the hookups and everything, just a little bit of damage right there. I did just order a replacement cap for that, and it has a really nice controller. That's around 150 bucks once I get that cap in. And then we have 5 different Nintendo brand N64 controllers. These are worth in the neighborhood of 20 a piece or so. Then down here, we have around $250 worth of Nintendo 64 games. These 3 games right here are all worth 60 bucks a piece, and then these 4 are in the $30 range, so that was a great find. These unfortunately do not have their games in them, they're just the box. This box is in decent shape. Spider-Man has seen better days, so not really much value there at all. We've got this really solid condition red DS Lite, and then we've got this mini army of broken handhelds here. These are worth maybe like 10 or 15 a piece or so. That one's broken as well as a solitary Mortal Kombat SNES game. Then up here we also have in the box Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon version. This is worth maybe like 140 or 150, as well as a Wii. It's missing the 2 games, but I can replace those pretty easily. Moving right along here to GameCube, we have the system itself, a memory card, and a couple controllers. This is worth maybe like 90 bucks after fees, plus 50 or so for the Wavebird. Then we've got 3 solid GameCube games. Sonic is worth like 25. Eternal Darkness is the best one by far. This one is complete and minty fresh. All this stuff was adult owned, so it's really great to see the collectible ones in these like plastic protectors. This should bring, since it's complete, about $70 on its own. Then Zelda is not complete, that's a replacement case, and is at least worth like 50 or 60 for Wind Waker. Then up here we've got this PSP that I just tested. It does include the box and charger. That's worth like maybe 80 or so after fees. We've got this really cool Nintendo 64 camera. This is just kind of a cool trinket that I think I'm going to give away in our video game reseller Discord. Then down here we have the PSP games, only about $35 or so worth of value in these, including a brand new sealed Chris Rock Bigger and Blacker. High demand for that little movie right there. Moving right along here, we've got a PlayStation 1 with both controllers, as well as a PlayStation 2 Slim with 4 controllers and a decent stack of memory cards here. Then we've got all of these PlayStation 1 games. I want to say all told it's worth maybe like 150 bucks here. Some really solid horror titles, those are great things to look for. The Final Fantasy ones don't hold a ton of value. This Crash Collector's Edition was definitely the big winner, except that one of the games is the greatest hits version, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Then rounding everything off with PlayStation 2 and 3, we've got a couple. This one's worth maybe 20. This one I'm not really sure why it's in a protector, it's not that valuable. We've got a few PlayStation 3 games here, nothing much of note except for this copy of Deadly Premonition, which is a somewhat uncommon game, and it is still partially sealed, so that's really nice to see. This is worth around 40 bucks. Then finally, the grand finale, some of the gems of this collection for sure, is the Dot Hack GU series. These are all in plastic protectors, and I should be able to get around 80 for the set of them on eBay. And then this set right here, the 4-part Dot Hack series with the DVDs on PlayStation 2, usually goes for around $350 on eBay. Absolutely insane. Unfortunately, Dot Hack Quarantine is missing the DVD. I did know that when I bought this lot. That's gonna affect the value a little bit, but not terribly. I don't think it would knock off more than like maybe 50 bucks. I'm still gonna shoot pretty high on this lot because it is pretty rare and very collectible. And now the moment you have all been waiting for, the grand total value for everything on that table I just calculated ended up being $1,900, which is an excellent 200% ROI on the $600 we had invested in the Pokemon cards. If that's not enough to earn you smushing that like and subscribe button, folks, I don't know what is. But the craziest thing is, we've still got 3 more of these guys to trade, and I know you guys want to know how much value overall I end up getting on this $1,500 investment. So let's get on that, shall we? Alrighty folks, I'm heading out right now to trade Pokemon box number 3. It's actually going to the same guy as the first deal. He went back home, found more stuff to trade. I'm going to do another deal with him. The ROI for this deal is not going to be quite as high as the first one because, to be honest, for the first one, I think I'm going to end up making breaking more than I really expected, so wanted to give him a bit of a break on this box, but I think it's still going to be a really solid deal. So let's go make a trade. What I'm really curious to hear from you guys as I'm waiting here to do this trade is, what do you guys think of these deals that I'm doing? And if you were in my shoes, would you do the same thing? Or would you just sell them straight out on eBay? Would you bust them open and open the packs and cross your fingers for those sweet PSA 10 Charizards? Would you sit on it and hold it for a while? Let me know what your strategy would be if you had a few of these in your hands. I'm honestly really happy with the results that I've gotten so far on these, but let me know what you would have done. How are you? Yeah, that'd be awesome. And here's that for you as well. Alrighty, all looks good.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much. All right, folks, here is everything that we picked up in that trade for Pokemon box number 3. I guess we'll start down here in this corner. We got a couple really cool Game Boy boxes, a color which is in okay shape. It's a little bit bent. And this Game Boy box, which is in actually really nice shape. I'm factoring in about $50 in value for the pair of those. I think it'll probably end up being a little bit higher, but on the safe side, we've got one PS3 game, Gundam Breaker, as well as some loose, a couple Pokemon games, and Kirby. Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia is actually pretty spiked right now. If you guys find this one, definitely look it up. This one was a sleeper for me, Dragon Ball Z Advanced Adventure. This is going for like $50 loose pretty consistently on eBay, so definitely keep your eye out for that one as well. Then we've got 5 solid Pokemon titles here, with the gem definitely being Soul Silver. Unfortunately, the case is reprinted. Then we've got some miscellaneous, mostly GameCube games up here. These two aren't really worth anything. This PS2 Yu-Gi-Oh game is worth around 20, and then Custom Robo is actually worth around 20 as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the manual, so that's a bit of a bummer. But overall, all of these games here are worth about $4.50 on their own. Then I also got a decent number of strategy guides here. Some of them aren't in the best shape, but I'm factoring in around $40 in total value here. Some of them I'll just end up selling off in person. Then we've got a couple loose consoles here, an NES and a Gamecube. I haven't tested these, but the other consoles that he gave me were in great working condition. So I'm factoring in maybe like, 40 for this and 60 for that. Those are very conservative numbers. Then we have a good number of in-box Famicom games, which I don't think I've ever actually bought before. Unfortunately, they're worth just about nothing. So those are actually gonna get traded into my local video game store mats. Hopefully they can do a little bit more with them than I can. But that brings the total for this lot to right around $600 in value, which is honestly a little bit better than I was expecting once I calculated everything individually. So I'm pretty happy with that return. Alrighty folks, Pokemon box trade number 4 is about to go down finally. It's been a couple weeks actually since the last one. The bites have been really slow on the listing, but I finally found one that I think will be significantly better than just selling this guy on eBay. But as always, I'll let you guys be the judge, so let's go.
Man, this was actually my brother's. He got it a long time ago. I had to call him and say, hey man, you use that anymore? Like, no. Hey man, we're not gonna keep these games. If you wanna, if you wanna sell them for $2, I mean,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I checked like 4 or 5 of these, and they all had the manuals in there.
Okay.
So
cool. Yeah, this stuff all seems in pretty good shape. Cool, well here's this.
Appreciate
You're welcome to check it out or whatever you want. Awesome. All right folks, so I tallied all of this stuff up that we got in that deal, and it turns out I made a mistake. So let me show you guys what this lot is looking like. So we have this Nintendo GameCube. It's in great shape. 2 great shaped controllers, so that's really good. We've got a PSP, which also is in really nice condition. After fees for very good condition GameCubes, I've been getting over $100, so that's actually pretty nice. We've also got $40 here. I told him that in my original tally, he was a little bit short. So I asked him if he had another like $40 or so worth of games that he could throw in. He said that he would just do it in cash, which is just fine with me. The 3 main GameCube games that are really the high dollar ones are Double Dash, Melee, and Strikers here. Those will each, especially in nice minty, like complete condition like this, those will each easily bring over $50, so I'm definitely happy about those. The rest of these GameCube games are really nothing to write home about. Some of them are worth about $10, others even less than that. And then as it turns out, the PlayStation 2 games are even less worth writing home about, mostly because I made a boo-boo, and I thought that this Dragon Ball Budokai 3 was Budokai Tenkaichi 3, which is about $100 or so difference. Tenkaichi 3 is worth like $100 or more in good complete condition. Budokai 3 is worth like 20. So that was a major faux pas. I think this one might be worth like 10 after fees. This one's like 5, and then the rest of them are just like super common. And then the PSP games are even worse. Like this one is worth 5 or 10, and the other ones are totally worthless. Now, all in all on this deal, I added everything up. I'm going to make around $440 after fees, which is not bad. It's more than I could have gotten on eBay still, but for the work, it's kind of like, it's not great. It's not terrible, but it's not great. You guys can let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as you always do. But I guess all there's left to do is see if I can do any better on my last box. Alrighty folks, so it's actually been a couple weeks now since my 4th Evolutions booster box trade. Traffic on that listing has been really slow, even though I've been renewing it and reposting it and everything. For some reason, people just aren't really biting. So that got my wheels turning a little bit, and I actually decided to do something that I have never done before on this channel, and that is open up this trade offer to my viewers. I know there are probably a lot of folks out there that would love to have this box and are sitting on a bunch of video games that they don't really want. So if that is you, feel free to reach out to me, either send me a DM on Instagram or shoot me an email at caleb.phoenixresale@gmail.com. Shoot me some pictures of everything that you have. And if I get people that are interested and I do end up doing a trade, I will include the footage of whatever I end up getting traded in some future video down the line. And just a little disclaimer to everyone, I'm not going to be sending this thing out the door until I am able to physically inspect the product. So if you're not local and you're shipping something to me, I will have to get it before I can send it out the door. So yeah, the invite is out there now to anybody who is watching, and I'm really interested to see whether this is something that people are really interested in trading for. And before I peace out for the day, if you've gotten any good tips or even just entertainment value from this video, I would love it if you liked it and pressed that subscribe button. As you guys know, as always on this channel, we are extremely close to hitting 1 million subscribers, so if you could get me just one more closer, that would be excellent. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, Pooh and I will catch you on the flip.